kind of a bit ironic. When the movement was beginning to kind of bring motors into kayak fishing tournaments and things like that, I was one of those people that really, I was against it. I didn't think it was kayak fishing at that point. And, well, all that to say, I understand the sport. I understood the sport was evolving, but at that point, it didn't quite feel like kayak fishing. To me, at the time, kayak fishing was all about, human propelling yourself,
Yeah.
and there was an aspect of kind of physical fitness and a number of other things that contributed to your success as a kayak tournament angler. I discovered a whole new world of accessibility to water. At these boat ramps, when it's time to take off, people go. And I was getting my butt whooped by these electric outboards that could go so much faster and so much further than my little trolling motor that I had on the side. That's when I decided to adapt. I put the NK180. That was my first electric outboard, and I didn't realize what I was missing out on. The amount of water that it just opened up beyond what that little motor could open up for me, and the amount of peace of mind that I had in getting to these, these hard to reach places, these far out places, knowing I could get back. I was going to have enough power to get back, whereas before, if I was going to get back, I was going to have to get back crawling so that my battery would help me get there all the way back. So the NK180PRO is definitely, it's quieter. It is a little bit faster, and it is, from my perspective, it was a lot more efficient. I don't know the numbers behind how much more efficient it actually is, but it definitely felt a lot more efficient. These days we can keep track of how much battery we're using, with Bluetooth technology and all of that, and it was noticeably different how much less battery I was using with the NK180PRO. But probably, for me, one of the biggest differences that I noticed that made my life a little bit easier is I actually use my NK180 like a fishing motor. I use it to fish. When we're out there, the wind's blowing us around, having a motor to help you either stay in position or work down a bank is extremely beneficial. And the original NK180 gave me the ability to do that. But now with the NK180PRO, it's even easier. It was harder with the NK180 versus the NK180PRO to make micro adjustments when you're at lower speeds. And higher speeds, honestly, So the NK180PRO basically gives me the ability to make those smaller adjustments much easier. I love the new look and the new colors of the NK180PRO. Actually, I was kind of walking around my boat earlier yesterday before we got on the water, and it had the NK180PRO on it, and I kind of did a double take. I was like, man, that boat looks good. I definitely think aesthetically it's an upgrade. You guys have done a lot there to definitely make it cool. And if there's anything I can say about the NK180PRO is that it looks like it just goes there. Yeah. And of all the boats that we have here that we're testing this motor with, there's not a single one that it looks awkward on. Quite frankly, I think the NK180PRO is the perfect starter motor for anyone wanting to motorize their kayak for several reasons. I really think it's important for somebody getting into motorized kayaks to understand how these motors work, how they use their power, how you can conserve power, so that when you get in something a little bit bigger, you kind of already have a basis of experience, because a lot of people, especially if you're used to paddling, your boat is going to behave very differently with a motor sitting in the back of it, and just being able to gain that experience is going to help a lot. I don't think I'd be as good with 300, if I hadn't started with the 180. But in a lot of situations, especially, non-tournament related situations, the 180 is plenty of power to get you anywhere you need to go. And the 180PRO with the extra efficiency is going to take that to another level and just give you peace of mind on the water, and just, like I said, whatever outdoor pursuit that you have in mind, they'll definitely take it to the next level. So I definitely believe that the Newport brand is at the moment just leading the way in innovation when it comes to kayak motor technology. I mean, it's obvious, not just in what they do and the products that they sell, but in the organizations that they support. And so Newport is now a sponsor of a tournament trail that I fish, the Hobie Bass Open Series, and just them getting involved in that shows me that they care. They care about the people using their products, and they want to be a part of the sport for good. And that's important to me, and I value that a lot, on top of the fact that, they're taking steps to improve their products in every way that they're able, and the NK180PRO is a prime example of how you take an already amazing product and you grind to make it even better, and that's exactly what they did.